All right, let's go ahead and jump into our NFL picks for this week. So we're going to just do 5 games, mainly because there's a lot of duds on the slate this week. So let's just go with the 5 games that are pretty good games. So let's go ahead and start with the Colts and the Jaguars. Indy favored by 1.5, a little bit of a slide. They're not quite the juggernaut. Is this a must win for the Colts? And who we like in here? Booker, let's start with you. Indiana, 1.5. Who you taking in this one?
Tyler, I am a huge fan of you, and I look forward to the day that I can shake your hand in person. However, I am taking the Jags here. They're on a 3-game win streak. The Colts offense has fallen off. Indiana Jones is looking like Daniel Jones again. Indy's also they're missing some key corners. Jags are going to be able to load the box and slow down Jonathan Taylor. And here's a little fun fact: the Colts have not won in Jacksonville since 2014, and so give me the Jaguars here.
Alo, who you got?
So I'm gonna take. I trust Daniel Jones with a broken fibula more than I trust T Law. As bad as it sounds, I really do. I don't know, man. I just feel like they the Texans and they played the Chiefs. That's 2 tough games. Texans have a great defense and the Chiefs are the Chiefs. You have Patrick Mahomes. But I'm taking the Colts. Also, I hate to say this, Tyler. I'm sorry. But I actually don't think either of these teams will win the division. I think the Texans are the best team in that division. I really do. I think they could be the most dangerous team going into the playoffs if they make it. But give me the Colts. I'll take the Colts.
That stat about winning in that's a tough stat you got there, but I think I'm gonna take the Texans as well.
With the Texans.
Or the
I
Jags.
got him thinking about the Texans.
Sorry, I'm just realizing I've got the wrong.
He wants the
just
Texans
can't
in this game.
I just can't get these graphics figured out some weeks, but I'm tripping out here, this graphic on the left side. So those of you watching in portrait mode, my apologies. Those are not the 5 games. Let me even just try to there we go. We'll just
Let's
go
just
like
look at our
that.
faces.
There
It's
we go.
it's only a slight upgrade.
We'll just go with that. So my apologies. That was last week. The Jaguars, the Colts in Duval is what I was looking to say. I think it's going to be a close one, and I just think Jacksonville is going to cover or win or keep it close if Indy does win. So give me the Jags in this one. All right, let's go to our other morning game. We've got the Steelers versus the Ravens. The AFC North is quite the division this year. The Ravens were on a real hot streak, looking awesome. Then last week they looked terrible. They still have the DNA of a good. You may not look like a good team, but you are. Baltimore favored by 6 points at home. Which of these teams gets back to their winning ways, or is this going to be just a classic 9-6 snooze fest in the AFC North? Alo, who do you got in this one?
So I actually think it's gonna be a snooze fest. I really do. I think Lamar is playing not that great this season. He did miss like 8 games or something like that. He missed quite a few games. But the Steelers offense looks horrible. I just think 6 is too much. I think when these 2 teams play, no matter how good they are, they always seem to battle out and play a tough game. So I got the Ravens winning, but by 3 at the end. I think it's like 17-14. I don't think it's a high scoring game. I think the Ravens do win though. But I'll
This
take
game,
the Steelers with the points though.
this game to me is going to define the Steelers' season. It was bizarre watching Aaron Rodgers just absolutely throw his players, which again is not completely bizarre for Aaron Rodgers,
Yeah,
but that's
exactly.
just brutal on a Pittsburgh team of like, I'm going to, even if you're right, you got to not just toss your guy under the bus. And maybe he knows trying to get the best out of Jonnu, and that's the way that he wants to roll. But nonetheless, media is going to take that and run with it. So this is a make or break game for the Steelers. I just think, I don't know, the Mike Tomlin rumors, does Aaron Rodgers still have it? I think Baltimore gets it right in this one. And because of the Aaron Rodgers throwing his guys under the bus, I just think the Ravens come out and remind us that they are a really good team. I don't feel great about it because of the AFC North snooze fest, but give me the Ravens to cover. I'm just, I think there's a lot going on in Pittsburgh. I could be wrong. Maybe they come out and they show the world that, hey, we are a good team. We're gonna keep marching towards the playoffs, but at 6-6, it's not looking good. So, Booker, who do you got in this one?
I've got some news for you, fellas. The Steelers' offense is broken. 7 points last week. We want to go to the other side of the ball. They allowed over 200 rushing yards, and now they face Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson. And so, going to be at home. They're in better form currently. I'm picking the Ravens here to cover.
I was gonna try and pull up in the tweet, but need to figure out how to pull open tweets quickly on the streamer would be sweet. But I think it was OTL football, or I can't remember what their name. I think they're Steelers fans over there. And they made some comment about your leading receiver at Darnell Washington, who's 315 pounds, is probably not the way to win in the NFL in 2025. But yeah, agree with you. That offense is needing some help for sure. So,
Yeah,
all
absolutely.
right, let's move along. Jeez, the Bears. I don't even want to talk about the Bears, but the Bears and the Packers. The Bears, number one team in the NFC, smacked my Eagles, flying high. Chicago fans are feeling it right now. Yeah, 6.5 at home. What does Vegas know? Are they trying to bait us on this one? Let's go ahead and I'll start with this one just because I'm salty and I think the Bears are gonna, but that's a huge number. 6.5 is a big old number for another division rivalry game. I think I have to take the Bears, but I think the Packers win. I just do. I think Chicago keeps it close. They're going to run the ball. I don't see Green Bay blowing them out at home, but that's an interesting spread from Vegas. And yeah, the old windy of somebody knows, So Booker, what do you guys want?
I'm taking the Bears as well. The Green Bay's run defense has been weakened with their defensive tackle Wyatt out. Chicago leads the NFL in turnover differential with at a plus 17. So Caleb Williams is not going to need to do much. Run the ball, defense travels, and another little fun fact: the 1-6 against the spread when they're favored by 6+. And so I'm taking the Bears here, even if the Packers win, like outright win. Yeah.
Yeah. Alo, who you got?
Yeah, I'm taking the Bears. Caleb and Ben Johnson are the real deal. I also think Jordan Love actually need to take some notes from Caleb because sometimes he really has the game. He plays so reckless. He plays like he's down by 10 sometimes, and he's not. He throws picks at the worst times. So I will say I personally think the Bears are the best team in that division. I really do. And let's think about this. The Packers have lost to the Panthers, which are a little better than we thought, but they also lost to the Browns. Like
Yeah.
the Bears are beating teams they're supposed to be, and they're getting healthy. They got Jalen Johnson back. I think he's a dog. And he's a great cornerback. And I think the Bears are honestly.
All right.
You heard it here first.
Have you posted any? I haven't seen. Did you put any of these Diesel comments up on here? He is getting after it here in Nicole. Let's just throw a couple of these out. He's got the JT Legacy game coming. Colts by 7.
Take the Colts. I did take the Colts.
This one's good too. Not that bizarre. Rodgers is trying to blame everyone but himself the last 6 years. You love that. And then this one is awesome too. Needs more targets. So hey, that's an offense in 2025. Feed the big man. Which you've seen a lot of. Like the Bucks had I think the big touchdown. I think the Lions were trying to. Did they do a screen pass to Skipper? It wasn't even like at the goal line. It was like a 50-yard line. They're like, you know what? Let's throw it out to Skipper and let him rumble. So maybe gurus, the analytics are feed the big boys, So all right, let's move in here. All right, Texans Chiefs Sunday night. This will be an interesting one. This is two teams that we thought contenders. Both of these teams have been top 4 in the AFC playoffs the last couple years. In Arrowhead, Vegas is still rolling with Kansas City up by 3.5. This Texans defense I think they are the best in the NFL points allowed. And so let's go ahead, Booker, with this one. Are you taking Texans or Chiefs?
And the fact that this is a conversation makes me so happy. I'm taking the Texans, man.
Yeah.
The Texans ranked number 1 in scoring defense. The Chiefs are missing 3 starting offensive linemen. So against Will Anderson and Daniel, the KC offense has been inconsistent. Stroud is healthy. I think Mahomes does keep it close, but the Texans cover even if KC wins. I believe this has a field goal game written all over it.
Yeah. Alo, who you got?
Yeah, I agree with you. But I actually have the Chiefs winning by a field goal. So I'm taking it with the points. Their defense is different. And like Booker said, he had a great point. A lot of their offensive linemen are hurt. I'm honestly wouldn't be surprised. I think the Texans have a chance of like beating them by a lot more than the Chiefs. I think the way the Chiefs win is by winning by a field goal. But I'd be careful because the Texans are for real. I'm not gonna lie. That defense is nasty and CJ's back. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think we're agreeing too much tonight. I got to get back to Vandy versus Texas. To Booker and I are coming through the camera, but yeah, I feel the same. The Chiefs are just. I think they blow the Texans out. I think it's a close game, field goal late. I mean, the Texans continue to. They're just shutting people down with their defense. And yeah, it looks like we're all riding with the Texans. And Diesel he's taking the Chiefs in the points. So
Is he saying that because he needs the Texans?
That's true. That feels like a little Colts homerism. Oh yeah,
This is the funnier part of this. Read the very bottom. If Davis Mills was take the Texans, that's the money line right there.
Yeah,
crazy.
Love it. All right, last one of the we got Eagles Chargers. Is this a must-win game for the Eagles? I don't know. The Cowboys lost, which was a beautiful thing on Thursday Night Football, just when their fans are getting their hopes up. Philly favored by 2.5. SoFi Stadium. Go ahead, Alo. Take us away on this one. Who you taking?
Yeah, is banged up. His finger. I know pretty sure I'm pretty sure he's gonna play, but I'm still very concerned with the Chargers offensive line. Think that Jalen Carter is gonna get to that rush on the Eagles is still nasty. I think the Eagles get back on track, get a win. I also think that they understand that they need to feed the ball to him the ball. And also I feel like Jalen Hurts will run more. The problem with the Eagles is like, oh, Jalen Hurts, you need to throw the ball to AJ Devontae Smith, but that's not how they were winning their games. I think they're gonna go back to the recipe of like, okay, let Jalen run, let Barkley run, and pass it when you to. So yeah, give me the Eagles. I think they got this against it for sure.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Jalen Carter's actually out in this one,
Oh,
but I am all about our pass rush getting home.
I still because the Chargers
Yeah.
offensive line
And
is
we are
banged
releasing the
up.
vanilla gorilla this week. Ty Johnson he is an absolute beast. Just a specimen of an athlete. He hasn't even been able to see the field because of how good of our D line has
Yeah.
been. So yeah, I think we get a gorilla sighting this week, and that Herbert is feeling the Philadelphia Eagles defense. It's a must win. But Phillies, I mean, they're all hot and bothered at 8-4 lead. If they lose 3 straight, it's gonna be rough. I mean, people are egging for people to get like Philly fans, just chill out. Like
Those are your people, bro.
those
You
are my
tell them.
people. I've
Fans
got
can
the
be
Eagles thing
crazy.
up there, but like just chill out, man. We are this is not too so I hope our Eagles win. I don't actually think it must win. I think this team is fine, but it's a really good idea to come out and prove that wrong. Hey, Saquon's had some amazing games in SoFi Stadium. So give me the Eagles. They got to get this one. They got to show up on a primetime game this year eventually. So why not this one? I think Jalen Hurts he plays his best in these kind of moments where everybody's chips against him. So Booker, who you take?
I'm taking the Eagles as well. We maybe are agreeing too much, but it's a good buy low spot for this Eagles team after Chad losses. The Chargers secondary is vulnerable. Philly thrives in tight lines. So it's actually 13-2 against the spread when it's between -3 and +3. So I think the Eagles rebound and win by a field goal. Last time they were in LA, you remember that? Remember that game against the Rams? That was
Oh,
quite
yeah.
a finish. So
Oh, yeah.
give me the Eagles here, man. I agree. It's not a must win for the Eagles, but a must win for the cars and the houses of those Eagles players because Philly is not going to handle that very well if they lose. So
That's right. Red lights, stop signs,
yep.
all of the above.
Philly's going to get burned to the ground.
Absolutely.
8-4 Philly, burn it down. Just burn it.
8-4, they just won the Super Bowl last year,
Yeah.
and they're acting like they went 0-16. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
So nonetheless, I love it. Those are my people. But I mean, my son, when he's crying in the first quarter, it makes me happy. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm a monster. But yeah, you love to see it. You love to see it. So